Hello, everybody. Welcome to my YouTube site, BRR Joe. Well, a lot of things to cover since the last time I did a video. First of all, we'll talk about York. York Train Show was last weekend. I always pick up some nice stuff from York Train Show. What I picked up last week, I purchased online from Trainsy. That's trains with a Z on the end. And it was the Baltimore and Ohio Presidential Lionel Pacific, one of the older models, but at a reasonable price to run with my passenger cars that I have from the series. It's a beautiful engine. It was in excellent shape. And by delivering it to York, I saved myself the postage. A few other things I got at York is I picked up 2 military box cars from Stockyard Express. They do special runs. They had 2 different numbers, so of course you have to have them both. And you will see those when I do my military train, usually in May, June, around Memorial Day. A couple other things I picked up. I picked up 2 box cars from RMT. They are reasonably priced at $35. He does the box cars with different numbers on a lot of them. And I met Walt, the owner of RMT, and he said his goals and some of the things he wanted to do and produce. He also told me that they have new trucks that are better than the original ones that he first started with. They worked hard on doing this. But some of the old cars I have that I got originally from him, the trucks were not that good. I am able to get them replaced. I bought them through Pat's Trains, and he says Pat should be able to get new ones once they're produced. These are much better, not so much detailed, but just the way they were made. Okay, other things I purchased. Well, of course, I'm into the scenery. I enjoy doing scenery, so I picked up some yard lights that I needed when I start doing my railroad yard, freight yard area on the other side of my layout. So as many lights as I can get to lighten that up, it is good. So you can pick up a lot of neat things. I mean, they had 6 buildings filled with trains. So you're able to pick those up at like $5 a piece, which is more reasonable than buying them new, and they're in good shape. Those will all be put on my layout. I did get some more of the lights that were made by Lionel, the gooseneck lights. I probably have 80 on my train layout, and I figure 4 more, what the heck. I did find a place to put them. I picked those up at York, some interesting parts that I needed. So all in all, it was a great York. Also, too, I want to shout out to the Susquehanna train club. They had a beautiful layout. They invited people to come see it. I went Friday night. All the guys were great. Some people came from York with their new train engines. Were able to run them on the layout to see how well they worked. They're a great group of guys. I know Chris is one of the members of it, and they are only about a half hour, not even half hour drive from the York Train Show. And I appreciate that they opened the doors for us to see their train layouts. So a big shout out to Susquehanna Train Club there. All right, moving right along. I'm going to go towards my layout here, and I'll show you some of the things I have updated. Okay, here we go. Ballasting. Last time I said I was going to do ballasting on my train tracks on the side where my carnival is. That's exactly what I did. Now, the skeletons are there because this is Halloween week. So I kind of made it, I call it my, scary route. But, anyways, if you can see, I did the ballasting on the upper tracks, I did the ballasting on the lower tracks. All the way around on the top tracks. Went a little lichen crazy, but I do that. And I put a bunch of lichen on the top underneath, but they are done. This side of the layout is completely done. All the way in the back, the upper level you can see, also underneath, all done with the ballasting. So I was glad to get that part of it done because that was my goal for the last month. we'll just come around here and did some extra little work here with my platform going up to the second level so people can get off and go down to the carnival from the top level on the passenger cars. Moving right along, we are over here at the back end here, and I have a Halloween village set up for Halloween. This is the section of my layout that I do that I can change up. So if I want to put Christmas, I'll put Christmas. If I want to put Army, I'll put Army. If I want to put baseball stadium, which is my plans for the summer of 2025, I'm going to start building that because I have the Pirates 1960 World Series all done, painted for me in miniature. So let's just move right along. Hold on one second. Okay, moving right along here. As you can see, ballast, bunch of ballast. I also have a surprise for you later when I light up the layout because I worked real hard on adding a few things to the cars and stuff. Coming right along here, excuse me. I said last time I was having problems up on the top track here with the larger trains coming around and hitting it. I was able to do this. It took a little work, a little messy, but I got it done. I was able to cut those passenger platforms back there in half, push them back, gave me another inch to move my track back. So I had to take the ballast and some of the stuff I had out of there and push that back a whole inch. So now I have real good clearance. My largest engine comes through there with no trouble. There's no hitting. I was able to get that completed and I was excited. I also finished ballasting, did some more rubber ballast. I like rubber ballast because it does make the train a little bit quieter when it's running on the track. So I was able to get that all the way done, all the way to the bridge. Something else I did. Remember I complained about the buzzing of the crossing gates. Well, I purchased some Lionel crossing gates. They're a little short, so what I did was I took the old crossing gates and cut them back 4 inches and added them to these. So as you can see, they're much longer. I needed the longer crossing gate because of how wide of a span that is that I have built, and they work great. Okay, what else do we have? Well, I come over to the other side of my layout. You see that back part I'm still going to be working on. It's a springtime project because of Christmas coming up. I've got a lot to do, so I don't have time to do it. I also ballast the ramp going up to the second level from the first level. I did not get the ballasting done on this. I'll probably try to get that done though before the holidays, at least up to where the bridge is over here. That's my other reverse loop, top reverse loop. But I did find something in October when I was in Menards in Toledo, Ohio. And I had to buy it because it's a Pennsylvania Railroad car on fire. So what I've got here is a fire truck. And when I do the night scene, you will see what it does. It's pretty cool. I like it. So I cleaned this all up. Added some new lighting. Made it a little bit brighter. Also added a lighting in the back here. Lit up the shed. It'll look really nice. Okay, I'm going to pause for a minute and get the trains running. Okay, back to the trains running. We'll get the Allegheny going here, since it's the furthest back. Since I have two that run on the top track, I have to keep them apart. So we'll bring it around. Now we got to get the Chesapeake going. All right, let's work on the Halloween train now. First, where do you think I put the Halloween train? Back in the Halloween village. This is an MTH train engine with some of the MTH cars. You can see it coming underneath there. I didn't ballast those track back here because they're underneath. Will I ever get to it? Probably not. Just too many buildings to move. But that's okay. Again, my big project is going to be this back part here. I try to make sure that to keep them apart, that they're all on this area around the same time. All right, let's do the bottom engines. A new engine. This is the Pennsylvania T1, made by MTH, originally QSI, scale engine. What I did with this is I added PS3 to it. Runs great. Love the engine. Of course, it's Pennsylvania Railroad, so I would. But first, let's get the Pennsy Y out of here. Start that up. This is TMCC, so I have to use a different controller.
Pennsylvania 374, you are all clear ahead. You may proceed. Over. This is Pennsy 374. Roger that, dispatch. We are good to go. Over.
Alright, as soon as we clear, we'll get the T1 moving.
Last morning, the Washington and Proceeds on track 2, train number 58, the Liberty Limited. Last morning, the Washington and Proceeds on track 2, train number 58, the Liberty Limited.
I do have, since it's part of the fleet of modernization by Mr. Lowry, who designed this, I do have the fleet of modernization cars. I just don't have them out yet. but I will get them out eventually and put them on. The only difficulty is whenever you run a TMCC and a MTH on the same track, it's hard to get the right speed limit going. You have to be very careful. Because I don't want them colliding. Okay, a lot of cars I have on my display. Here comes the Halloween train. Nice engine. Okay, I'm going to pause for a minute and then we're going to go to the nighttime scene. Well, welcome back to the nighttime scene. So let's get started. My city, of course, all lit up. I actually even have the playground moving today. I do have water for the fountain, I just don't have it running. I'll have it set up. Oh, all the engines are smoking up a good storm now. It's all lit up in the back. Now what I really want to show you is some of the work I've been doing on my cars. Lighting them all up. This is a presidential parade, so I have, of course, some cop cars, but I put lights in all these cars. Some of them I got from Rich, who sells in York and also sells locally. He's from our area. They're all lit up. They look really good. It brings some life to the layout. Couple fire trucks back here. As you see, I add a lot of things inside my building, like the pool halls. Inside, I don't know if you can see this, we'll try inside here. I got the back row cars to do. This is President Eisenhower waving at everybody. Yes, most of my train layout is 1960 and back, so we had to have a president back in those days. More cop cars, of course. Marilyn Monroe sitting on the Cadillac, the pink Cadillac. All right, moving back around. Let's go to this side. Finished all these cars. Lit them all up. Some of them I'm able to put the backlights on. I even have some cars lit up in the diner back here. Let's see if we can get you there. Here we go. I was able to put a couple cars on the bridge. Also, there's my Halloween town all lit up. My favorite, of course, is this one. I like the construction guys. Try to get a little closer. Guys just hanging around. Now, I'll tell you what, let's light up the carnival here at night. I have one more ride I have to put in. I don't know where I'm going to squeeze it in, but I'll get it in here someplace. I might have to move a little of this and a little of that. Making sure the trains are staying apart like they're supposed to. We don't need any crashes. Alright, so let's get a different view here. Shoot it away and come back on this side. Like the Halloween village in the background. Okay, we're gonna go take another trip around. Neat is when you look at the streets, they almost look like they're real. All right, last place I want to go. I want to show you my lumber yard and what I did. Here's the village lit up like that. Oh, the kids shut off my thing. I had some kids over yesterday. There we go. It actually does smoke. It uses a distilled water in it. But see, these are some of the small lights I bought. I don't know if you can see them. I'm going to try to show you back here. And they work really nice. I put them in the back building. I mean, you could get 10 of these for like $8 or $9 online. I lit up all the buildings back there, but they do light up underneath like that, and that's what I really enjoy. Alright, we'll just run the trains for a little bit. Make sure they're not going to hit. We need to watch the crossing gates go down. There they go. So quiet, you can barely hear them. Okay, please, again, I say subscribe. I also want to shout out real quickly to all those that did in York, who did the YouTube channel event on Friday at 1 o'clock. From Chris to Sid to Peachy to Eric. If I missed someone, I'm sorry. But thank you very much for doing this every year. I know a lot of people are excited to hear some of the things you had to say. And again, I hope that you do subscribe. Everyone out there, I thank you so much for joining me. I'm going to end this video and ask you to please subscribe. And I will have more videos from the holidays and everything coming up. And everybody have a great train season coming up. It'll be fun. We'll get our Christmas stuff out. It'll be a great time. Alrighty. BRR Joe signing out.